Good evening, and welcome to our Finding Hope for Life Family Support Meeting. I'm Steve Willis, co-founder of Hope Sheds Light. Thanks so much for being with us. For those of you who are new, Hope Sheds Light is a family-focused nonprofit agency. Our mission is to raise awareness and to educate individuals and families in the community about the impact of addiction by having the courage to share our personal experiences, by offering our strength and our wisdom, and by providing hope and resources that lead to the long-term recovery of the whole family. We want to remove the fear and stigma surrounding this disease through a loving and safe and hopeful environment that allows families to heal and brings wellness to the community. And this family support meeting is designed to do just that. As we move into this winter season, we're bringing our meetings, along with our educational sessions, back to a virtual format so that we can provide you with education and support in as safe a manner as possible. So let me explain what that looks like. We'll start with our traditional introduction and then announce our monthly topic. After the introduction, we'll play a 15 to 20 minute educational video and play it live on Facebook throughout the month, including on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. just before our support group. We'll engage our many talented colleagues to join us in bringing this support to you. And we'll continue offering our Finding Hope Family Support Group every Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. on Zoom. So please join us as we discuss these monthly topics and get to connect with each other so that we can all get well. This information, of course, can be found on our website at hopeshedslight.org and on our Facebook page and also on our monthly calendar. The topic for the month of December is joy. And Dory Rachel will speak on joy on December 1st and December 8th, and our wonderful Pam Capassi will share her reflections on joy on December 15 and December 22nd. We will have a meeting. We'll get to be together on Zoom on December 29th as well, and I expect that will be a joyful affair. So thank you all for being with us, and God bless.
Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. With Hope Sheds Light, it's a real honor to be able to talk about different topics. And this time of the year, Heather Price reached out to me and asked if I would speak about joy. And I love joy. So it's my honor to be able to kind of share some of my thoughts about joy and how it can fill us at this time of year. Here we are in COVID in December, very close to the holidays, and in the holidays, actually. I guess today and tomorrow's first day of Hanukkah, so happy holidays, everybody. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was creating joy. And in starting to create joy, a really good way to start is to begin by grounding ourselves and looking at where our feet are. We put our feet on the ground, and even though we may have shoes that are not leather bound, we still have our feet on the ground, and we try to reach into what Mother Nature offers us. So whether we're on wood or we're on the earth itself or in sand, it's a very elemental way of learning how to just connect in the moment. Oh my gosh. The message screen. So maybe I have to start over. That's okay. So I just hit this. Start over? Okay. So in grounding ourselves, we plant our feet, we connect with the earth, we connect with nature. Start over altogether. Okay. Well, you popped up in there too, so. Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy holidays. And I'm going to speak a little bit about joy. And I thought by starting with creating joy and how we do that, um, especially with being overloaded with so many things going on with COVID, with our day-to-day rituals and routines and what we need to do, get done. Sometimes joy can pass us by, but there are some ways to easily connect and to get to our center and to celebrate joy in the moment. One of those ways to start is by putting your feet on the ground. And it's where the indigenous peoples always talk about either they're barefoot or they have sandals or they have something leather where they hit the ground with their feet and they're connected that way. Most of our shoes have a plastic lining in them and we don't connect with the earth. So if we think about taking our shoes off, putting our feet down and connecting with the wood or the grass or the sand or whatever's under your feet, that is the place to begin. And then we can very slowly breathe in, breathe out. We can breathe in through our nose and hold for a couple of seconds and then breathe out very slowly. And if we do that repeated 3 or 4 times, it's a very simple, easy, nice way, along with keeping your feet on the ground, to just center. And through that centering, we can think about the things that we have gratitude for and what gives us a smile. So we can also, at the same time, be aware of all of our senses, be aware in that moment of our touch. What are we touching? What's next to us? Are we sitting in a chair? Do we have a little pillow next to us? Do we have a cold surface? Touch is very, very good for mindfulness and being in the present. As is sight. What do we see around us? Sound, what's going by? What do we hear? Are there birds? Hearing, yes, with the sound. And smell. Sometimes what I like to do is put a pan on the stove with some cinnamon in it because that is such a nice smell, or an orange, something that piques our olfactory nerves and gives us a nice feeling inside. And taste. This time of year, a lot of people make some of their favorite dishes to celebrate the holidays and think of the cultures that have gone in the past and what can be replicated, you know, the family favorite dish or something that tastes really yummy. So that's another way of bringing mindfulness into the moment. And connecting to that also is wonder. Can you think of a time as a child where you had wonder, where you could just experience something with absolute wonder and joy? And if that's a little difficult to get to, or you don't want to, or whatever, you can observe children and see how they experience wonder in the moment. And that wonder clocks right into joy, pure joy. And wonder is something that as adults, we kind of forget about. But if we go out in nature and if we go out in the air, the fresh air, and we experience what nature has to offer us, maybe a sunrise or a sunset, or a sitting by a lake, or being somewhere where your nurture, your spirit is nurtured, where there's a very elemental process of simple joy that happens. It's where we can reach it in all the craziness. Another way to connect is through a gratitude list. Gratitude expands us rather than thinking of the list of the have-tos. The gratitude list is one of those lists that we can reflect on the gifts of life. And they expand us, they bring us out, and they remind us of what brings us joy. And it could be so simple. It could be just to be able to be alive in this day and age. It's to enjoy our friendships or the people that are close to us, or some special moments. Whatever, I happen to like music, so I'll pick a a really strong piece of music that just always, for some reason, can rewire my brain and reconnect me and get me in a place where I go, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. Music is transformative. So it's always on my gratitude list. And with the gratitude list, we can start our day over. We can realign our thoughts, because thoughts create things. And if we can connect with really better thoughts, higher vibration thoughts, if you will, or thoughts that bring us joy, if you will, we get connected quicker to joy. It's kind of like a speed way of getting there. I'm a 12-step baby. My growing up time happened a lot in the rooms of an anonymous program. So very oriented to quote what I've learned through 12-step. And Dr. Bob Smith, one of the founders of Alcoholics Anonymous, wrote on his prescription pad 6 words that embody the 12 steps. And they are trust God, or trust higher power, or trust the universe. So trust blank, clean house, and help others. So the trust in the universe happens to do with steps 1, 2, and 3. Clean house has to do with steps 4 through 10, and help others has to do with steps 11 and 12. That could be a long discussion about each one of those and how they affect us in the long run. But at the end of step 12, when you open up a 12 and 12 book, sort of like a study book, the first sentence is the joy of living. The joy of living is the theme of AA's 12 steps. And by being quiet and trusting in a power that's greater than us, and learning how to write down and do an inventory and assess who we are, what we've done, how we affected ourselves and others, and share that with a safe person over a period of time, and clean our house up and make amends when appropriate, or do some ritual that would be amends filled. It's part of the cleaning house piece. And then ultimately, there is great joy in being able to extend your hand to another person, either through random acts of kindness, or something where you're just in the moment, you see that you could open the door for someone else, or do something for someone and they won't ever know it. But the random acts of kindness connect us to humanity, connects us to being other-centered and not self-centered. It gives us a chance to provide to the space we're living in with an action of good for another person. And in those, there is an effect of a very good feeling, a feeling that there's been a contribution. So in finding the way to joy in these times, even if we are crazy and active filled, helping someone else is part of the holidays. It's part of what we do and what we celebrate. So I hope that some of these things, these reflections, these thoughts might apply to you in some way, and that maybe you get to use them and enjoy. And I wish you all a wonderful holiday.